Welcome, this is UFO, and today we're going to be covering Discolored Cube. Now, I know this tutorial has been wanted for a long time, especially with its high TP value, so I'm excited to do it. And I have a really consistent strategy that solves it pretty much like 100% like no strike list. So, and also I'm going to make a manual, but it needs to get verified. So basically how this works is okay, we are in one of six strips that are in these values. And within that one strip we're currently in, we're in one of these six colors. We basically need to figure out all six of the strip values and then submit specific colors at the end. So first we're going to write down the read, which is magenta free. And then we are going to figure out which directions we can go. The thing about this color cube is that exactly one of the left and right face is selectable, and one of the front and back faces is selectable. So, as you can see, I can go left, and I can go down, and for the other one, I can go left and up. So, once we figure out which way we can move, we're just going to go one direction, either left or right. So, in this case, I'm going to go left. And finally, we're just going to go one up or down. So we're going to go down. And we're going to write down yellow. So basically what I just did is I was on the third strip, which means the third strip in the list of six that we initially start with. I was on a magenta in that third strip. For example, if strip 3 had a value of 1, then I was in the third column. But I went one left, so with this 1, I would have went to blue. And then I would have went one down, which showed which color I was on the previous strip before I left. So, which means I had to go one left from a magenta to a yellow. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down all the possible strip values that could be. One left from a magenta to a yellow. So you get your legal. Your legal. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, only 2 is pretty good. So I'm going to write down 2, 8. And I'm going to write down plus yellow. Because whenever you go up or down, a color is appended to the previous strip you were on. So I had yellow. Okay, so now we know our initial strip could be either strip 2 or strip 8. And we really just need the initial strip value for now. So what we're going to do is we are going to cycle through these rest of the colors and see what colors are appended. And remember, whenever we go up or down, it gets appended to the last strip. And this is going to be helpful in a second. So we're just going to go down and write down the color. And it is for the previous strip, not the current strip we're on. For example, we went from 4 to 5, therefore we do plus cyan to the 4 strip. So we got green, we got blue. Okay, we have blue. And one very important thing to note is we do not want to go down again because we did 5 downs in a row so far. And if you click 6 times in a row, it goes into submission mode. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a full cycle around, which basically means we do 6 lefts or 6 rights to get back to our initial position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down. Set. Okay. And now our goal is to just simply figure out where we are. If we're on strip 2 or we're on strip 8. And how you gonna do this is just use process elimination. I am on the yellow currently. I'm not on the magenta on these strips. I'm on the yellow. Therefore, I need to figure out a move that would get me two unique colors so I can definitively tell which strip am I on. And I already see I can go two left. For this, I'll go one, two to get the blue. And then here, if you remember, colors are appended to the end of the strip. So I would go one onto the yellow and then two to the cyan. So I'm going to go two left and see what I get. I get blue, which means our first strip is two. And this opens a lot of possibilities for us. Because once you find the initial strip, remember, when we were cycling through the colors, they were all on the same column. Because when you go down, we are always on the same column. For example, well, we know strip 2. So we were on this yellow, and if we went to green for strip 4, um, we're always on the same column. So whenever we're cycling down, we stay on the same column. Which means all of these colors that we wrote down when we were cycling, these are all in the third position. So I don't want to go too fast, but so yeah, pretty much it. We now know the colors we cycled were in the third position, so we can look for strip values where these colors are in the third position. So we're gonna start with the cyan, well, strip 4 for cyan, and oh, well, luckily there's only one where cyan's in the third position, so that makes life easy. And just to check, when we press down here, it should be red. Perfect. So we know that's strip free. And I'm just going to write down plus red, just because. And if you're wondering what this means, this just means the colors that was appended. So now we're going to look for, actually, I could just write this down too, because we added our cyan. Okay. We can now look for greens in the third position. So there's you. There is you. Okay. Now we have to figure out process elimination between these two strips. However, we don't need to move, because if you remember, we were on this yellow, and we went two lefts to the first column. Therefore, we're already on this column. And both of these are two unique colors, so pressing down will just give us a unique color. We had cyan, meaning this strip is 5. Cool. We're going to check for blues in unique positions. Well, deferred position. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, there isn't really a good way to get unique moves out of all of these. So we're just gonna press down and see how it goes. Yellow. Okay, that's unfortunately the one color that we did not want. So we're just gonna write down yellow. And it's between 8 or 9 for this strip. And we cannot make a guess until we're 100% sure. And since since you're also blue in deferred position, we're just gonna press down to see what happens. Okay, well, cyan, which is good, because that means to strip 11, no matter what. Okay. Now we're on strip 2. Now we technically could go into submission mode by clicking down again. However, we do not know strip 6 fully. Therefore, we're just gonna go maintain the same column by going 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, for example, if we're on the cyan, if we go at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we go on to the last appended color, since when we go down, it appends colors to the strip. Therefore, we need to do an extra left. to make sure we're on the same column. And since we know it's free, it should be a red. Perfect. And we're just gonna go back to the 6 strip. So let's go do that. This should be blue. This should be red. This should be cyan. And now we're back on the 6 strip. And we're still in the first column. There are 2 appended colors, therefore we need to go 1, 2, 3 left to get onto a unique color. So we're gonna go with that. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna press down. And we got magenta. Therefore, this is strip 9. We have all of our strip colors needed. So we are just gonna go into submission mode. And you do that either by clicking down 6 times in a row, or until you hear the unique sound, which you will hear. Let me go turn the gain on here. As you can see, it made that like little. I don't even know what the noise is called. But now we're in submission mode. It starts us off in either the first or sixth strip, depending on direction, up or down. And this is also an extra way you can check if your answer was correct, because our first strip was 11, and we would be on the first value of 11. Therefore, we are correct. So basically what we're going to do now is we need to figure out which colors to submit. So how we do that? We go down the list of colors we have, and we first look at the opposite strip. So 1 looks at 6, 2 looks at 5, 3 looks at 4, etc. And we try to just figure out what value the other strip holds. So for strip 1, we would look at strip 6's value, which is a 9. We modulo 6 and add 1. So 9 mod 6 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And then we look at the fourth value of our current strip's value. So since we're doing this for 1, we would look at the fourth value of 11. The fourth value of 11 is red. So that's the color we need to submit. And we pretty much do that for the rest of it. So strip 2, we'll look at strip 5. 5 mod 6 is 5, plus 1 is 6. We look at the 6th value of strip of number 3, which is blue. Strip 3 looks at strip 4. 3 mod 6 is 3, plus 1 is 4. We look at the 4th value of 2. 2 is magenta. For the 4th strip, we look at the 3rd strip. 2 mod 6 is 2, plus 1 is 3, so we look at the 3rd of 3, which is cyan. For the 5th, we look at the 2nd. 3 mod 6 is 3, plus 1 is 4. The 4th of 5th is magenta. And for strip 6, we look at strip 1. 11 mod 6 is 5. Right? Yeah. Okay, 5. And then plus 1 is 6, so we look at the 6th value of 9, which is magenta. And these are the colors we need to submit. And to simply do that, you just cycle to the one you need, using the left presses from before and down to submit the color. So let's go first do red. And also all the appended colors are gone. It's just simply just scrolling around. So to get from cyan to red, we go 1, 2, 3 left. Cool. Let me actually, yeah, I'll delete it. Okay. For blue, we look at the third strip, and we are currently on the 4th position. Therefore, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the third one, we look at that 2, and we need to submit magenta. So we go 1, 2 left. Okay, so we're here. For the fourth one, we look at 3, and we need to submit cyan. So we just need to go 1 left. Cool. So now we are here. For the fifth, we look at strip 5, and we need to submit magenta, so we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, we look at strip 9, which we are currently on the 4th position, so we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a solved mod. So, I did go a little fast-paced, but the mod is pretty cool, and when you do it quicker, it takes less than 17 minutes. I just want to go a little slow. So let me go reset my template here, and we're going to do a quicker example. And hopefully I don't get too much RNG with how bad this discolored is. So we're going to get the initial read, which is green 4. We're going to go 1 in the left or right direction we can. We're going to go 1 left. And we're going to go 1 in the up or down direction we can go, which we're going up. We were on the 4th strip, so we're going to do plus yellow. And we know it is a yellow left of a green as our current contender. So, you're valid. I'm pretty sure there's one example where you get only 2 strips, but I mean only 1 strip initially, but unfortunately not today. Okay, so now that we know our possibilities for initial strip, we're just gonna cycle. So plus blue. These are all colors getting appended to the previous strip they were on. Plus yellow. Plus blue. And to make sure we do not go into submission mode, we're not going to click up 6 times in a row. Instead, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then go up. Great. Cool. Now, we need to figure out our initial strip value. So, we are currently on the yellow. So, if we go 1, 2, 3. Wait, let me go check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, if we go 3 right, we'll get a unique color. I mean, 3 left, sorry. So, I'm just trying to do the calculation in my head. Okay, so let's go 3 left. 1, 2, 3. That gives us blue, which 1, 2 for the appended strip, and 3. So we know our current value is 5. This means all the yellows, these colors were in the second column. Therefore, we're going to go check it up for the second column. We had a blue, so let's go check blues in the second. Okay. And then currently for the fifth, we are on the 6th position, which is not unique. So we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to go 2 left to get a unique color, which is the 4th column. So 1, 2. And then we're gonna go up. Green, so we know this strip's 1. For cyan, in the second position, we got you, you, and you. Now we're on the 4th column, so these are all unique. So we're good to click up. Red, which would be 10. For yellow, in the second column, we got our 5. Oh, we only got our 5. Okay, sweet. And this should line up with what we had. Yes, this exactly lines up with what we had. So, 5. And then when we click up, it should be magenta. Okay. For the 6, we need to look at blues in the second again. That should be it. And then we can click up on the 4th column to get green and magenta. We got magenta, so 4. And then green, we can check out here. Green's in the second. Would be you two. And then for the 4th column, they're both unique, so we're going to click up. And we got red, so 9. We have all of our strip values, so I'm going to go to submission mode, which is there. You heard the unique click. And we are on, as you can see, the 4th strip. Well, the 6th strip in the index, but the 4th strip starts with yellow. Therefore, we know we're correct. And let's go calculate our initials. So, 5 looks at 4, which we look at the 5th of 5, which is red. 2 looks at 5, with 9 mod 6 is 3, plus 4, 1. So the 4th of 10 is red. 3 looks at 4, so the 6th of 1, which is red. 4 looks at 3, so the 2nd of 5. 5 looks at 2, so the 5th of 9. And 6 looks at 5, so the 6th of 4, which is red. And that should be good. And yeah, this time we start from 6 because we went up. And we started from 1 in this cube because our direction was down. So we're going to go up. And we're going to start from 6. Meaning you don't submit this color, you submit this color. Because you're working backwards. So we're going to submit red, which is 1 left. And we're in the 6th column. And then we're going to start on 9, and we need to submit cyan. So we need to go 1 left. So now we're on the 5th. Okay. Next we need to submit yellow, which is 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're in the 2nd. Now we need to submit red, which is 1, 2. So 1, 2. Red. And then we're in the 6th now. For 10, we need to submit red. So 1, 2. So 1, 2. And then for 5, we need to submit red. And we're in the 4th position, so we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I did not do my math incorrectly, it should be good. Sweet. And that one was like we started at like 43, so like an 8-minute discolored. And I could have went a little quicker. So like, I say my fastest is like 6-bit Discolored, which isn't too bad. Like it isn't like fast by like standards, but like it is pretty fun. So yeah, sorry for the fast-paced tutorial, but this is actually a pretty simple mod. I think my strategy works really well. If you have questions about the strategy, I will post it in the description, or you can put it in your comments. And I will also, when it finally gets verified, I'll link in the description the my tutorial via my manual for Discolored Cube. Even though it isn't like really that good, because I'm not that great of a manual maker, it's still usable. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.